Hey, how's it going, everyone? So, this is a different type of the podcast. Every week, Marc Dubrick and I jump on Instagram and we do a live. We call it Roulette Live, and it's an opportunity to just talk, shoot the breeze, invite people up on the Instagram live stage to ask any questions that they want. And we ask them questions. It's a back and forth conversation. It's just really a time to hang out and not really have any agenda. This is episode number 26 that we have had on Instagram Live, and going now from the future, every time we record it on Wednesdays, I will try to publish it the following couple days after that on Friday for you guys to listen to. So for those who are interested, I've had some requests that we would figure out a way to put this on the podcasting platform as well, so people can pick and choose what part of the conversation you want to listen to. So I won't ramble too much. I really appreciate Marc for making this happen, and I hope you guys enjoy this Roulette Live episode number, I think it's 26. So enjoy it.
We're live. Sorry for the lighting. I'm outside, and I got a little flashlight going here. I'm going to add Seth in here, and then he's going to give me shit for the lighting, but that's all right. Yo.
I'm not going to give you anything at all. Look at the dual mustaches going on.
I don't think I can keep a straight face with yours.
Why? Because it's so much bushier?
It's good. All right. Is this okay lighting?
Yeah. It's so fun.
That's too much?
No. Is that like your ring light or something?
Yeah.
No. It's not too bad. Let's see.
Or what it was. Just leave it like it.
Yeah, it's like we're at campsite fire tales with Marc. Let me shut my door open.
All right, sweet. Yeah, that's exactly how I felt too. Campfire, outside. I was just happy to go outside and do this.
Yeah. Are you outside because the living room's taken or something?
Will be. Robbie just got back from his ride, so dinner will be cooked. He'll be cooking dinner. Amy just got done with her ride, so also be cooking. Andy will be home from his swim. So it's about to be a madhouse in there, as usual, around 6:30 when everyone gets hungry.
Nice. I'm having throwbacks of last year when you were doing lives with like outside and everyone.
Yeah, last year, this house is better, I think. We have a way better view. The location's about the same. I mean, you'll come down and visit, but we don't have the outdoor lights that we had last year, so I can't do live like I did last year outside. But it's also half the people, so it's not as crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
8 people last time, but it led to some good Nerf guns in the living room. You know that.
Yeah, do you guys still have the guns? Like, how did you disperse them amongst the housemates last year?
We gave them to a few friends here in Tucson.
Okay, nice.
But we didn't bring any. Robbie's mom just sent a little care package to him, and we were all expecting there to be a few Nerf guns.
It hasn't arrived yet.
Reasons.
Oh, there's none at all.
Oh, we have none in the house.
I'll change that when I come visit. I'll stop at Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, just little 4 simple ones. The problem is we got out of hand, and we went to Goodwill and got that sniper with the 6-inch bullet, and you could just shoot it across the house.
Yeah, that thing was sick.
No, I know we're such children, but that was fun.
No, man, that's the way to go. You gotta have fun, stay young. Well, dude, I feel like I haven't chatted with you in forever. You're basically dead to me. All you do is go have fun, and you never text me, and you never want to do a live anymore, and it's just...
Yeah, that was harsh, first off. Second off, you don't call someone enough when you do call them, and they're like, uh-oh, what happened?
Yeah.
Or what do you need?
Yeah. Like when you called me earlier, I was like, what? Who died? What happened?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what happened? I called you. Yeah, I'm going to need to delay. It was a fun bike ride. I went exploring in the Catalina State Park, which is up against like the mountains.
Yeah.
Like Lemon is behind it, but Catalina State Park's kind of like the base of it.
Yeah.
And it ended up being just way more mountain biking than I thought. So I was doing a lot of hike and bike, but I'd committed to doing this loop, so I stuck with it.
Nice. How long was the loop? I haven't looked at
It
Strava.
was only 30 miles. It just took me a lot longer than that.
That's a long time mountain biking.
Yeah, thankfully it got better. I was able to find some good option like service roads instead of the trail.
Okay. Well,
So let's get into it. I like
So-
when you do the intros.
yeah, here we go. So, episode number 26 for Roulette Live with Marc Dubrick from the Real Trash Squad and Steph from the Stupid Questions podcast. So, what we do here is it is a time for the community, anyone involved who wants to jump in, ask a question. We'll ask you some questions. Yeah, it's just been fun to have random people on. Sometimes we have some recognizable faces. Sometimes they're not recognizable at all, and that's totally chill. A little bit of an announcement, Mark, you don't know this, but I was doing some research because we tried doing the thing before we were recorded on Riverside. If anyone remembers when we were testing, it did not work because of the split screen
Right.
view. However, I found out that it is possible to download a reel from Instagram using a third-party software that I'm testing out. So after we record this, I'm going to go download it and attempt to upload it to the pod
Nice.
platforms so anybody can listen later. Because one thing I kept getting messages about was like, "Hey, I'd love to listen to it," but it's like it's not the best friendly for like if you're going on a bike ride, you want to listen to the conversation. So if you're here for the first time through the podcast platform, welcome.
That's good news. Maybe that'll help us reach. We got 7 people listening. We've been getting around like 1,500 to 2,500 views. As once it's posted as a reel. So I'm not sure how long they're watching for, but yeah, it'd be cool. Another space for an audience for people to listen if they want to. Not that we're bringing. I mean, hopefully it's interesting. I hope it is. We're just kind of
Bringing nothing but value, Mark. What are you talking about?
shooting the breeze. Yeah, it's true. I mean, if we make someone's trainer ride a bit more enjoyable, we did our job well.
Exactly. So, do you have questions that you want to ask for already? Because I saw we had a few come in early on.
Oh, I came in cold turkey to this one, but
All right, well, let's go.
I can think of some ones. I'm ready. But yeah, you're right. Miguel. I can read it and answer it, I guess.
Okay, do it.
It could be directed to you, actually.
Yeah, sure.
Do you intend to compete in any races in Brazil in the coming years? I would love to go race in Brazil. So obviously roommates with Danilo and Vittoria. Just did a nice swim with them yesterday. And then also good friends with Andre and Rachel. Andre being the Brazilian in that couple. Yeah, I'd love to go race in Brazil. I know it's just a long travel. If they were to get a bigger race, a Pro Series race, or a some sort of like championship style race, I would definitely go down. I know they have like 6 pro races this year, so it's awesome to see.
Brazil.
Yeah, it's incredible actually to have that many. That includes like challenge as well. So challenge as well as Ironman branded races. I think it's 6.
Okay.
So if they keep hosting races like that and they keep putting them on, like if they keep going well, then they'll for sure host some higher end races in the future, and you'll see me there.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it would be sweet to do something like Ironman Brazil. Somebody led me onto it this year, and I've been looking at it, the course. It looks like a pretty sweet place.
Justin's fluffing us up a little bit. He goes, "You're keeping me on the trainer longer. Was about to get off, and now I can't." Yeah, Justin, you need to ride more. I've been lifting. I've been pushing some mega watts lately.
Yeah, what are you squatting to translate these watts?
I don't. Well, I do lift heavy, but I don't lift I don't squat, I should say. I just do like the single leg press and stuff.
Okay, nice. On the machine.
I stick to the machines, yeah.
Let me ask you this question. Maybe you know this because I never have. And I consider myself to be somewhat of a gym goer. So I squat, like I go in and do like just Romanian deadlifts and then back squats. And like if you're putting, 245s on there, that's 90 pounds plus the bar, so 135 pounds. That's so much different than if you select 135 pounds on like a squat machine.
Yeah, it's
the machine's way easier. Why do you think that is?
The machine is way easier?
Yeah.
Well, you're just like all you have to do is press it out. There's no other muscles that are being used. No balance, nothing.
Yeah.
You're probably using your hands too. Like you're grabbing those grips.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm no gym goer. I'm no, like I'm not a specialist in this.
Yeah, you're not a
It's
bodybuilder
just the
yet.
same as
Next
like
career.
bench pressing free weights as opposed to bench pressing the bar. Free weights are way harder.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You just work so much more, like balancing it. I'm doing the motion right now as that's me bench pressing with one.
Yeah. So if that's true, which I think it is true, then really with that logic, then a trainer ride should be almost easier than riding outside. 'Cause you're not balancing, you're not doing other things, you know?
Yeah, but you're also not like rocking. I don't know. Yeah, mentally though, there's the mental aspect of it.
I think you're just not moving. I think that's all it's about.
No wind. There's no wind on your beautiful mustache.
Stash is just like wisping in the breeze.
How long have you been growing that for?
Oh man, so I mean I've trimmed it. I trim it every couple of days because I don't like it when it starts to curl into my lip, and I'm like, it really drives me nuts. But I haven't shaved it off since New Zealand.
Okay, so
Like I've
been
shaved.
growing it for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Look at us. This is men talking right now.
Yeah, yours looks really good.
I'll
just
I'll
wanna-
need the close up.
Yeah, can we get some light on it? Wow. It'd be great if you could just take
Yeah,
the
just
mustache
drop
out and leave your mustache.
Yeah. So I finished my logo,
Oh.
and
Can you show it right now?
I know I can't. I wish I could because I'm using my phone here and it's on my phone. But I was gonna say I'm gonna add a little mustache to the shark.
Let's go. Then you're on brand. Like you can never shave your mustache. Like you have to race with it.
I know. I've been meaning to. I like every person I meet recently, or if I'm like networking or something, I just tell them like this isn't actually me right now. So if I shave it,
It is.
I just got hit by something. I think Robbie's throwing shit.
Oh, I thought you like got stung or something.
I know.
This guy.
I don't know what that was.
Doesn't he know we're doing a professional recording?
I think it was Robbie. If not, I have no idea what it was. Hey, stop it. Yeah, it's Robbie.
Yes.
That hurt.
What was it?
It was a rock.
Oh, what a jerk.
Robbie likes to troll. He's been scaring me lately a lot.
Yeah. I can sense the trepidation in your voice. It's a little shaky.
Shaky. I know. He hit me the other day. No, I'm showing.
I'm actually bruised. So we should interact here with the audience. So we got a hello from the Fast TT team, Georgia Sweeney. Do you know Georgia?
Yes, I believe we met Georgia when Lisa and I went to Hamilton, New Zealand, on our way from the airport to Topa.
Beautiful town.
Yeah.
Beautiful town.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Yeah, we took a tour of the facility, showed us how Fast TT runs, and then went out to lunch. Got some coffee as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was fun.
Speaking of Fast TT, right before we get into this next question from Miguel, you seem to be more and more dialed and getting like your cockpit all set up, nice and streamlined, all the right pieces and parts. How you been feeling about it?
Yeah, so much better than a year ago.
Yeah,
because I got the felt a year ago, got the Fast TT stuff a year ago, and it's funny because it hasn't actually changed. It's changed a little bit, like the raised up water bottle. But I'm actually pretty close to what I got, like what I started with, and so it was just getting used to it. And I think it just took a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah.
Lisa's giving me shit. Lisa, she's our social media person. Let's invite Lisa.
All right, invite her. And while you're inviting her, there's a question for you. If it were to make a cycling team of only triathletes, what would be the 5 athletes you would choose for the team? That's a good question.
Yeah, we can have Lisa answer that too.
Perfect. Frederick says, "Semper." Look who it is.
Oh, it's the. I don't know why you don't give me the normal invite when
I know.
co-host on this live.
Why are
they in the dark?
Here's what we're gonna do. Yes, he's sitting in the dark because we're doing campfire tale.
I'm outside.
Here's what we're gonna do, Lisa.
Okay. Smash or pass?
You're going to give me a picture of your face. I'm going to like cut it in half, and like in the graphic, we're just gonna have your face like this.
Like that.
Yeah. Just because like you're here sometimes, you're not other times. We don't want to like make it to where you have to be there. But like, let's put you in there. Like, I'm serious. I think that would be fun.
Officially part of the Real Tri Squad podcast, though.
I am. Have you been listening to our?
I have.
I've been on the past like 3.
I have.
Little-
You're working your way into everything.
I know. If you hang around too like long enough, people are just gonna be like, okay, they just give in.
Medium low.
You're right.
Oh, here we go.
She's been
So we got
gagging.
good.
Just give her some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
They're like, maybe she'll leave, and I'm still there. They're like, all right, we gotta keep her on.
What made the episode good?
It was me, Jackson, and Garrick, and we talked about some hot topics that I brought. So you got to listen. But we talked about coaches taking percentages of prize money. We talked about athletes who blame coaches for the shortcomings. And we talked about indoor versus outdoor riding, which is like such a hot debate, if you know me,
Yeah.
because you're wrong.
Lisa will always go outside.
No matter what.
Riding the trainer is so dumb. Oh my gosh, yes. So we're for episode 200 is like coming up, and we
200.
yeah, I know. We figured it out the other day how many episodes there were. So episode 200 is coming up, and we talked about trying to just like prank dial people on the episode.
Do it.
That would be fun.
But in today's day, it's gonna be hard to get someone on the phone. I feel like no one answers the phone anymore.
Yeah, because it says spam.
Yeah.
Call on.
Mm.
Yeah.
Likely. But that's still be funny if you get somebody else.
It would be funny. We can't do like the *69 or *6.
No, you just call people. No one's gonna know you're recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just make them tell us their darkest secrets, and then put it.
Gotta go out.
Do you guys ever listen to the radio anymore, or just Spotify and stuff when you get in the car?
If I'm without my phone, I've listened to the radio before.
Okay, so I listened to the radio the other day, which I thought it was a mistake, but I was on the way to the pool, and they were like, I'm sure it was fake, but they had 2 people who went on a date, but then never talked again. So they called one person, like the guy, they called him. They're like, so like, we heard you went on this date with this girl, but she hasn't heard from you. Like, what happened? And he goes into this elaborate story. Turns out the girl has been on the call the whole time, and then they let them take it from there.
Oh my word.
Start fighting. So that's what could happen, Lisa.
So, should we bring up one of your old girls?
Oh, don't bring this about me.
I think this is a good idea, Lisa. I feel yeah.
Seth, can we tie it offline and get all his contacts, his long list of girls that he's dated in the past?
There's not a long list, I could tell you that.
It's 3 or 2.
No, it's been
One.
towards me.
Okay, here, I'll change the subject. Lisa, this is someone's question that they submitted. If you were to make a cycling team of only triathletes, what would be the 5 athletes you would choose for that team?
Oh, cycling. So
Girls.
what
The girl,
discipline
I'll
do
do
we
the
have
guys.
to? What is it like? We're doing TT, crit races, and road races.
Just individual time trial, like what they do in the tour.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's like
Or
we're
you
putting
do it-
together like a Tour de France.
Yeah.
All right, what they used to do in the tour, like a team time trial.
Oh, it's a team time trial.
What they used to do?
Okay.
Okay.
5 girls.
Yep.
Good.
And 3 have to finish.
Taylor Nibb. She's
Sorry, where?
obviously that's a. If I was a guy, I'd probably choose her on
Nice.
my team too. I don't. Imogen Simmons. Kat Matthews. I'm on the team.
You have to be.
And more.
And yeah, India would
Oh,
bring the good camaraderie.
yeah. And I really like, I think, I don't know if I've ever actually talked to her in person, but she's such a gem of a human. So yeah, Indy is probably a good 5th person. It would be like a really fun camaraderie team.
It would be a good team.
Taylor Nibb would drop us all, though, if we did a team time.
Every team needs Totally Pogaccia.
She'd be pushing like 350 watts, and we all be hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, she might
for 20 seconds.
she'd probably make my roster as well.
Yeah, she should make most men's rosters.
No, it's a bit scary. Oh, so my light is for sure running out of battery. That's why it's so dim.
Oh no.
Oh,
Well,
no,
talking so.
that
Oh, Paul.
would be a good choice
There you
too.
go.
Yeah, she's a good cyclist.
Yeah.
I have a request, Mark. Could you attempt at telling us somewhat of a scary story, just with the light hovering below your chin there?
Oh man, dude, I miss camping. I used to know so many good stories.
You don't know.
There's a story that we used to tell around the campfire that I still think about to this day. And it's something about someone going to bed and they like dangle their hand off their bed every night and the dog licks it. And then one night they hear dripping in the bathroom. Like they went to bed and the dog is licking their hand. Then they wake up, the dog's still licking their hand, but they hear dripping in the bathroom. They go to the bathroom, the dog is dead, and the sound does the dog's blood dripping. And he's like, "Who's been licking my hand?"
Well,
What the?
I feel like we missed like the lead up. There should have been a little bit more lead up, but like that's really creepy. I remember those kinds of stories camping as a kid, though.
It's and there are like scary people that can live in like the wild wilderness.
Yeah.
So you might come across them.
Or downtown LA.
Yeah,
All right, that's better.
that is better. Seth, are you sticking around? Are you wearing a TTL shirt to this chat?
And
Oh my goodness,
Oh, man.
I was thinking about getting one.
advertising right here. Were you really thinking about getting
TTL
Well, actually, yeah. For a while, I was like, I want to support all of the triathletes, like communities. I guess
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that well.
How are you supporting the podcast? Are you sending me a check?
Doing this.
True.
When did you start I know, Seth, you're not gonna like want to monetize, but like when do people start offering you to monetize
I think
podcasts?
whenever they think that you can bring them dollars.
Yeah. Like I'd be
I take that.
interested to know how much money like the triathlon Jack Kelly is making with the Triathlon Hour or Pro Tri News is making. Like,
And they do affiliate sponsorships as well.
I can tell you an average of like what is the going rate. The going rate is about $500 per 20,000 downloads.
500, 5,000.
500, so it's not much. Like you gotta be doing pretty well to do that. There's obviously different types of sponsorships, like over long term, because like they did the TeleRx stuff, and I don't know what all of those deals were, but sources tell me that it's about $500 per 20,000.
And you had some good advice though, right, Seth? Someone said don't monetize for the first 3 years. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's kind of the rule of thumb, because like some of the big podcasts that I like follow, Modern Wisdom with Chris Williamson, Rich Roll podcast, even Joe Rogan, he's a bit different. None of them monetized for like the first 3 years. And yeah, like I've actually had some recent conversations with some potential sponsors, and I'm like trying to think like, is it too soon to do that? Because I'm not going to like do an ad read, but like if someone wants to support the show, then like they can click the link, and like if they buy any stuff from this person, like that, it will help us. So I don't know yet what to do. I'm thinking maybe it'd be better just to keep putting it off.
I don't know. I think if it pays little money, it could be worth it. I never mind. Well, like the ad reads, you can just like fast forward through them too.
Yeah,
But
it makes
also-
sense, Seth.
yeah.
Like if you're already using the product or you like the product, I think we're all used to a little bit of ads in our podcasts, anyways.
Yeah.
Well,
Just doing like
huge
this
turn.
podcast is brought to you by Precision Hydration.
Yeah, or you do the classic. We're going ad free thanks to our partner. So like get the ad
Yeah.
out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, right at the beginning.
The
Yeah.
3-minute ad but then we're ad free.
Yeah.
Ooh. Someone
Yeah.
had some good comments. Do you believe that Europe still dominates in the world triathlon scenario, or is this a thing of the past? Isn't there so much discrepancy anymore, especially in cycling?
I think there's Europeans are still dominating triathlon.
So many of them. Like their development pipeline.
Yeah, the development pipeline definitely helps, especially in the cycling and like access to short course. So, like they're getting into short course earlier, doing short course, and then developing there, and then it just
Because America, all we care about is basketball, football, football.
Other.
Yeah. So we're not the most popular sports. Where in some other countries like Belgium, like cycling is one of the most popular sports.
I know. I wish I was born there.
In Belgium?
Or literally anywhere that wasn't the redneck woods of North Carolina where they like riding bikes a lot. Mountain biking is big.
You could have been a sick like mountain bike shredder, BMX, send it.
It is good
Flip.
though. Or maybe I'm just really bad. But we rode together in Helpo, and he was dropping me like crazy.
Not really. But I appreciate the vote of confidence. I mean, I could drop you, but no.
I was going easy. That's what you're saying.
Someone else had a question for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see the question, so.
Dennis Mello. Marc, how are you? I'm great, thank you. In your peak training period, what's the volume and for swimming, and how many sessions per week? Good question. I need to think about that because swimming, I realized after doing the Strava like a year in review that I don't know what my yearly totals for swimming is because it's not logged on Strava. I don't wear the watch. Like Lisa does.
Yeah. Also, Greg Harper sent me an AI image of this lady with 6 watches on her wrist. That this is you.
I know, not to take a huge tangent from this question, but Greg, the whole camp was talking about trying to make this real with getting every one of our watches and putting it like up his forearm, like 12 watches, and then swimming.
Did he not do it?
No, we never did it.
Oh, should have done it. That was so funny.
So I swim 5 or 6 times a week, pretty much all year round, with 2 hard sessions. One session would always be like a 2K main set. That's hard. So yesterday I did 20 by 100. We're still early on in the year, so I did 3 threshold followed by 1 easy and did that 5 times to get to 2K. Almost all my swims are around 4K, 3,500 to 4.5K, but like, average around 4K. And then the second hard swim of the week is, at least lately, has been kind of like this sprint progression or just like a speed progression. Like low threshold sprint.
We did this workout in master swimming today. And it crushed me. We did 33 50s on a minute, but like you're supposed to hold basically like your 500 pace, which is, I don't know, 500 and mile pace, 2K pace is like all the same for me. But the first 10 were like, you just cruise. And then you got to the last like 23 and you're just like, oh, this is hard. But
it's easy to overswim.
Yeah.
Really easy to overswim.
Yeah.
And that's where like the 20 by 100, I love it. But it's really easy to go too fast. So like threshold, like I've been doing it a while, so it's I've gotten better at it. But you get more rest. It's just 100. So I feel like almost everyone, as they're getting into the 20 by 100s, they always swim like a second or 2 fast per one. Like it's not supposed to be a killer workout.
And you're trying to.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, you say threshold, but I mean throughout the year that probably changes. So are you
exactly? And
never?
I don't actually know what I can do for like an hour straight. But so I gauge it as like, can I do 2 to 4 more without absolutely dying?
Yeah.
And then we changed the pace. So like this one, I did, like I was saying, 3 hard, 1 easy, or 3 threshold, 1 easy, all on the 120. So we just kept them all in 120, and I averaged like 59, 60. But sometimes we go down, no yards. Sometimes we'll go down to like 115, send off. Sometimes 1 but rarely will we do that.
I see.
But I prefer 200s and 300s because then you can't overswim. What's the deal with the porn stash?
Who said that, Nick?
Enrique.
Yeah. I feel like all you guys have like these mustaches right now.
I know. So I got to camp and had the dirty like facial hair. It was like patchy. I think you were giving me shit the whole time. And then Nick had the stash already. And then he convinced me to do the stash. And then Jackson and Garrick, who both can grow like full facial hair overnight, did the stash. And Robbie's got one. Seth, you have one. I saw Zach. Have you seen Zach?
At least
Ellie's partner.
No.
He calls it like upper lip furniture.
I'm gonna look him up right now.
I'm sure you met him.
No, I know who he is. I've talked to him a few times, but I need to have him and Ellie on the podcast. It's been so hard to find the time. What is his Instagram? I want to see this stash.
Is it Zacy? Z-A-C-Y?
Zachy Collins.
Zachy Collins, yeah. I say Zacy.
It's like,
See,
Seth, you had Gregory Parker, give you some kudos for the podcast.
nice. Thank you.
yeah.
Yes.
I haven't listened to one of your recent podcasts, but I'm excited to check it out.
Yeah,
I've been really into
released Greg, and then
Tomorrow is Greg.
tomorrow was Greg, but it's on. Oh yeah, that's right. And then you just recorded with Justin Slade, correct?
Yeah, I did Justin 2 ago, Emma 1 ago,
who?
Victor Bronco, who really close with Rachel and Andre and Danilo and those guys. So
Is V2? Is that the
Yeah.
V2 guy?
yeah, he's a super cool guy.
Yeah.
He's so smart.
Super nice. I met him in Boulder last year. They had a good crew come up for a camp.
Okay, nice. Yeah, he was super nice. Matt Lianos was super fun.
Yeah. Isn't he such a he's such a vibe, and
It's so easy to just like you get on the wavelength and you're just going. It was so smooth. It was so fun.
yeah. He's a good one. He's a good one to have in your little corner.
Yeah.
His stash is the best.
Yeah.
Oh, his is so thick.
Like yeah,
Mario.
all of his hair is gone from here to there.
You should invite him on right now.
I know. Can you imagine? At least like if we get him on here, can you give us like a ranking of the three of us on our stash game?
Well, yeah, I would for sure. And you're losing.
That's all right.
Matt, Seth, Mark.
It's just here's the thing. I started shaving my upper lip in high school before I could grow anything for this day, and here we are. It's finally here.
I do think it's also because your hair is darker. I think if you have more lighter blondish hair, like it just.
I need to get
I
mine
don't
a little wet. It looks darker.
Yeah.
But
You can dye it.
Mark, how is the mullet growing?
Oh, it's coming. It's coming along.
You're actually
Okay.
doing it.
Maybe like classy Australian style mullet. Is that
For the ugly
You need to
thing.
get it permed like Nick.
no? Definitely not getting it.
I love Nick,
But
Nick's
but that is the most gayest looking thing.
no, it looks so good though. It looks
Stop.
yeah.
You do not think it looks good.
I think it looks good.
So
Dang.
if you're Beyonce here,
told Nick this.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's Tim to perm his hair.
I did ask him to perm his hair, and he said no. But he just got a fresh cut today.
Can we see the fade? Is it a fade?
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me have your barber's number.
He's a new barber because this old barber left.
Oh, that's always a
This-
scary day.
Yeah, you're on live.
This
You
man,
stash?
no, he doesn't have a stash. He can grow one though. You should grow a stash.
Has some good looking hair too.
Yeah, he's got thick hair.
Yeah.
He's gonna
That's
grow a
Dr.
stash for the
Dr. Steve. But every time I go, it's like, have you guys seen Bruce Almighty?
Yeah,
And that's the way the cookie comes.
and that movie is so funny.
So good.
The most sacrilegious movie in the world, but
Lisa, your coach was not able to join.
Did you request him?
Yeah, he said he denied it.
It's like, can I? Because if you're not on Instagram, do you have to, like, do you get notified then?
I'm not sure actually.
I think so. Yeah, it is actually. Yeah, because he sent it to me before I've gotten on the app, and I've gotten it. It like,
All right.
Wow.
Who else has a really good stash right now that we could invite?
oh,
It's not something I like focus on a lot.
Seth Ryder. Do you know Seth Ryder? He has one.
Yeah, he's asleep. He lives in Europe. So we got another question about triathlon. What about the new rules on drafting and penalties from World Triathlon? I don't know. I didn't read that actually.
Just
What is it?
actually no. No, I think it has to do with like T100 as well,
It
but I
must be
don't.
T100 if it's
Yeah,
like drafting. Is it
I
like a
feel like
penalty?
it's
Is it like a 30-second penalty or something?
I don't know if it is. I don't know what it is, but if it is, I'm sure it's shorter. And I don't think that's good for this.
The shorter ones.
Yeah.
No, I
There we
think
go.
the shorter ones are better.
No, because that just encourages you to draft
No.
more.
Oh, no. Well, maybe, but it also encourages the refs to actually call stuff that's not
Yeah.
completely ruining your race. Like, of course,
All right.
drafting is cheating, but
What
We want to know the.
I
Sorry.
was gonna say, I think like 3-minute drafting penalty would be good.
as if in Ironman, because we have two different two
5.
different companies, it's 5 in Ironman.
Yeah.
Like game
Well,
over.
Luckily, I have Google
Most.
here, and I looked it up, and here are the rules. Long distance has been reduced to 3 minutes. Middle distance has been reduced to 2 minutes. Standard distance, so Olympic, reduced to 1 minute, and sprint reduced to 30 seconds.
World Triathlon?
So it's just any races that they put on.
Right, so that's
like
not Ironman.
Oh,
So
really?
it's- yeah, Ironman doesn't.
They're not
They're-
governed by World Ironman is his own governing.
Just 5 days ago. I bet you Ironman will update theirs. Why wouldn't they? How is it helping them to keep the old ones?
I don't know.
Why don't they have a
Well,
20-meter draft?
Yeah.
You know?
Come on, Seth.
I know. I've been in this sport so long, you know.
Well, we got another question.
Yeah.
If you weren't professional triathletes, what job would you have?
Let me answer that question.
When I think. Lisa, do you know, or do I need to think of something real quick?
Before I was in a professional triathlete, I actually coached collegiate cross country and track and field. So I'd probably do that. Or like when I'm done racing, I'd like to go back to collegiate coaching.
Are you representing?
Right now, Illinois Wesleyan track.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's what I would probably do.
I could see you being like a corporate culture consultant for like coaching other business leaders. I could see you doing that, Lisa.
Me? Like being like, this is how to do
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
You could
Like
think-
motivating them. Hey, no, here's what we do. Yeah, all right, now here's what we're gonna do. All right, great. I'll take my $10,000. See you later.
See you later. That would be awesome. Like a corporate coach that they bring in and like make the company run a little better, work together a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Quick money.
I don't think that's what it's about. I think it's about helping people, Lisa.
That's right. So, Mark, what would you do? What would you be doing?
Oh, man, I don't even know. It sounds bad. Like now I just want to stay within the triathlon or sports community. So it's hard to like look outside of that. When I'm done competing, I know I'm going to stay within the community.
Sport.
Yeah, for sure.
If you
Whether it's
were outside of triathlon, though, I could see you being like, if I just met you, be like, oh, well, he's probably like a pretty successful real estate agent.
Everyone
maybe
is a real estate agent.
you get into real estate.
I
I do want to get into real estate. We're
Making
talking
people-
about that.
Yeah, making people feel comfortable is like the biggest part, I think, of those jobs.
I know, but I think that I'm just going on a tangent because I hate taxes. There's like some jobs that I feel like shouldn't be necessary that are like necessary, and like accountants, we shouldn't have to have accountants. Taxes shouldn't be that confusing. Real estate agents,
they
we
need
should be able to. We should be able to just like go and buy a house and it not be that complicated.
Like buying
Did
a
he just yeah.
I thought you were just gonna stop with just taxes.
No.
And you went
And
accountants.
lawyers.
You went
like,
lawyers. You went like
lawyers. Wow. Here's the thing with law, Tom.
and we're
figure it out. Figure it out. Handshake agreements,
Yeah, that goes really well for a lot of.
Be good to your neighbor. In
I mean-
New Zealand, they like can't sue each other.
Oh, is that true?
People don't sue. Like if you get an accident, like a car accident, like you're not gonna sue the people. It's like not a thing.
I think Braxton just offered me a job
Oh, yeah.
as sales at Urban Tri Gear.
Yeah.
Oh, do it. Tell
Yeah,
Magic
move
5 you're
to
done.
Illinois.
Thanks, Braxton. I did just get I did just stop working at Magic 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did they fire you?
No more remote workers.
Trump came in and said no more remote workers for Magic 5.
Yep, exactly. No, it was they were just looking to cut costs, and so they cut all the employees.
Oh shoot! I bet they're all right. Now that you're no longer working for them, maybe you can answer this question. To me, it seems like they probably.
I'm not gonna.
No, I'm not asking
like,
you. I'm just asking
Magic.
for your truth. The truth is that they're probably not selling as well as they used to. Is that true?
No, I think they're doing just fine with sales, honestly.
That's why they cut their employees.
No, they're doing so well. They just need to all move back to the office.
Yeah. No, it made sense to have the customer service in office in a bit of like small way, right?
Yeah.
That's where all the issues were coming was in production or in like shipping.
Yes.
Anyways, before I say anything,
Try.
Someone asked, "Would you rather win Kona or see the Bears win the Super Bowl?" I'd rather win Kona, but because the Bears have been so bad for so long, I can't. It's really hard for me to follow them.
yeah, I haven't watched the Bears game in a long time, which is really bad as someone from the Chicago area.
They're the only NFL piece of apparel I've ever owned because I visited their stadium in Brotherhood.
That's awesome.
Fun fact. It's definitely gone now, but
The only NFL stadium, you said?
yeah, the only NFL piece of apparel I've ever owned, and then it was because I would visit Chicago. We went to the stadium. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I've only been to one NFL game, and it was a Bears game, but not in Chicago. It was in St. Louis. The last game, the Rams were there in St. Louis before they left to wherever they are, San Francisco,
LA.
LA, there.
Okay, who do you want to win the Super Bowl? Do you want the Eagles to win, or do you want Taylor Swift's boyfriend's team to win?
Who were they again?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs. I think that the three-peat would be cool, but I always want to root for the underdog.
I know. It's like they've been too good for too long. We need somebody else to win.
Wait, Lisa,
Yeah.
change of pace here. I got Gianna.
Not Gianna. Gianna's right there.
Yeah, it's not almost dead.
Oh,
You're on camera.
oh,
I didn't even
hello.
see her. 'Cause
Good.
What's her name again?
this is Pre.
Pri, that's right. Look at those. How old is that dog?
I'm 13. Yeah,
Wow.
she's the best. So we were playing fetch today.
She's a grandma, man. That's so funny. She's a sweet dog. I remember that.
Pretty good.
Look at it. Okay.
I think you muted yourself, Mark, or something. There you go.
Man. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off because it's bedtime for me.
All right. 7:30.
Bye, Lisa. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, it's 7:30. Gotta start
All right.
winding down. Okay. Guys.
See ya. Bye. I'm actually gonna put her picture in it. I'm gonna do half her face next.
Yeah, you should. She's been on, I feel like, almost half.
Yeah. Almost half. So we'll put in half of her face.
Did we miss any questions?
Mine don't update after you invite someone on every week. It's so weird. I don't know why mine doesn't update, but I can't see anything, so it's all up to you.
Okay. Josh Vernon says every Patriots fan. Go. Forgot what that was too.
Right, because she's saying that they want to. She's like, somebody else needs to win. They're too.
Yeah, true. All right. Trying to think. I feel like I wanted to ask you something, Seth. So you're all settled back in Reading.
Pretty much, yeah.
You
We don't have a dining room table.
Still
So-
boxes. Still what? Looking for stuff?
We still don't have a dining room table or a bed frame, but we've just been like, we'll just pay off like this little bit of debt that we owe our parents and some other stuff. So we've just been sleeping on the floor on a mattress, but I haven't hung up anything. I have so much artwork. I was thinking about getting like a sick neon light made, like a big SQ or something.
Is it in your office?
Yeah, this is right now the quote unquote office. It's just like there's nothing except
I mean, neon signs, that's a vibe.
yeah, and some like sound absorbers for aesthetic look and a little less echoey because it's kind of
It doesn't sound too echoey, at least with your phone audio.
that's good. I mean, is this gonna be good audio when I upload it
To the pod. Let's go. Okay, so what are some of the things you're looking forward to in the next month? Now that you're back probably in Reading for a while, unless you have travel coming up.
I do have travel coming up. I'm going to Arizona in
It's true.
what?
That wasn't a lead-up question. I just totally forgot.
No, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I need to like sit down and really start planning out. I mean, I have planned like a tentative plan for all the races and where I want to go, but I need to decide what I'm going to do. I don't know if I'm going to do St. Anthony's actually. I know I want.
And it's long travel.
Yeah, it's a long travel for just a super short race.
But it's such a
Right.
good race.
I know it really is, and some of my family I think would do it if I go. So I don't know. Flights are like $500 or $600 round trip, which isn't horrible, but for just an in-country flight, it's not super cheap. And then all the lodging and all that stuff. So yeah,
Yeah,
but
it adds up. That's for sure.
yeah. One podcast I'm actually really looking forward to is the guy, the company Momentous.
Yes, I use their protein. My go-to protein.
Nice. So, yeah, I'm having Jeff Byers, the founder, CEO, on in a few weeks.
Oh, let's go.
That'll be
Exciting.
Yeah, he's like from the NFL world, so a different sport, obviously different mindset. Clearly in the endurance world and supplements and whatnot. So that should be really.
Is that company? Do you know how much research have you done on it yet?
I haven't done a ton. I did quite a bit on him just to like get some good questions, but I try not to do too much because I want to keep the natural curiosity, or at least that's the excuse I give myself. But
I mean, it seems to be working. So
yeah, 2017, I believe, is when it started.
Sweet. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. It's obviously on the feed. They have the pea protein, like the vegan pea protein, as well as like the traditional whey protein, but it just tastes really good.
Yeah. Do you like do that because how do you choose how much protein you want to take in per? Is it based on your body weight? Like every day you're like that kind of stuff?
No, I'm not that strict. I just do usually just one serving, which is 20 grams, after like at the end of every hard day or after a hard session. Sometimes I'll double up, but I also always tie in a real meal, almost always after like a hard session. So that's a good amount usually has a good amount of protein as well.
Nice.
See, like the way I do my meals, it's like it is loosely breakfast, lunch, dinner, but it's really like breakfast, one session, always eat right after a session, lunch, pre-fuel, always eat after that next session. So it's just a little different.
You pretty calculated on getting food in within 30 minutes or so?
Yeah, I mean, I try to be. I'm not super anal about it, but I've been trying to like meal prep for the past few years. I've been better at meal prepping just because it's the worst thing is coming home from a hard session, especially if it's a swim and having to cook, or a long run, having to cook. But I think we've spent enough time together, no matter like what time I get done with my first session. If it's a 4-hour long ride and I'm done at whatever 2:00, I'm having breakfast.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Yeah.
Like it always feels like breakfast will come after that first session. And it's always
Yeah, I understand.
easy. Like you always feel like you have eggs, you have bagel. I do the egg, bagel, whatever, avocado, like basic stuff.
Yeah.
Just quick as well.
Yeah, that's my go-to is toast with like some mayo, then some avocado, salt, tomatoes.
Pancake, of course.
I need to get back into pancakes.
Yeah, do it, dude.
Me too.
We got a good question from another one from Miguel, so thank you. Do you prefer to eat a medium bad candy every day, or would you just eat a very good candy on Tuesdays? Like, would you rather?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, probably a really good candy on Tuesdays, most likely. I'm not too much into like the hard candies. I'm more like chocolate, I think.
Dude, speaking of candy, have you heard about this? A lot of these guys who are endurance athletes using the Nerds chunks or whatever they're called. I forget what they're called. But there's like a reels going around where this guy has been basically fueling his Ironman training with these Nerds like clusters, I think is what it's called. Because the calories, or excuse me, the carbs per like serving is like way up there and it's super cheap compared to the other stuff.
Yeah,
Just see that real.
I'm curious what it is. I mean, if you like look at cheap carbs, like they got like bulk from Costco, like gummy bears or whatever they're called, it's so cheap and they're almost the same as like Scratch and whatever other gummies that are priced up because they're in the athletic realm, like gummy bears, worms, like all those things, like they're super dense with carbs. Obviously, a lot of sugar too.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
where you get the carbs, but
always sucking every day. Do you want to see this really quick? Actually, this reel. I haven't put it up. Okay, here we go. Let me turn it around so everyone can see it.
And an enthusiast with nerd clusters, so let's hear what you have to say.
YouTube is really appreciative, I guess. And I do Ironman and I spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars per year fueling myself during these races.
I did the exact same thing. So when I'm training, I consume 400 calories per hour every single hour for any workouts longer than 90 minutes. During a race, if it's 9 to 10 hours at 400 calories an hour, that adds up quickly.
And fuel is essence sugar. It's a popular gel that I use. It's the Martin. You know, even sodium. And I would take about 2 of these gels. Each one of these gels costs $5.
yeah, they are really expensive. Those more.
Fully nice as one serving has 25 grams of carbs, 40 milligrams of sodium. That's less than 50 cents. Let's see. Fuel this and on the gummies. That would be better and cheaper.
I have to say, he's not wrong. I just fueled myself for the Ironman 70.3 World Championships on nerd clusters. And no, I'm not joking. I have these giant bags for long indoor rides. I have these small little packages to take with me.
I guess
Another bag that I never run.
Yeah, so
like you want to be able to absorb, like when you get up above, I think it was 110, 120 grams per hour, you have to get the two sources of carbohydrates. And I feel like the Nerds is just the one.
yeah, that's a good point. Do you really think that going above 120 grams an hour, like someone's actually processing that?
Yeah, I think they are. It just depends on how much power you're putting out as well. Like you might need that. But again, and your gut, like if you've been following or heard of David Roach, he's been putting out these awesome these videos getting ready for the Leadville 100. Or no, he won the Leadville 100. He's getting ready and filming his training for Western States, I believe.
Yeah.
And he's been doing a lot of gut training. And then it's a bit different than triathlon, right? Because we're carrying all of our bottles with us on the bike. We have access to our nutrition. There are aid stations as well. But most of our nutrition we get to carry it with us. And he could do that too. Like he'll carry a bottle, but he is like, when he gets to an aid station, he needs to be able to force down a ton of carbs.
Yeah.
So it's a bit different of a race dynamic when it comes to nutrition. But it's pretty interesting how you can train your gut for that. I definitely want to do it a bit more, especially when it comes to like a 70 point, like the run, I guess, being able to handle it more on the run.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's definitely bigger for you bigger guys, especially if you are
But you need
watts.
to test it. That's a good question. Like, Magnus does 140, 120. Mark does 100, whatever. Like, you look at all these people who are sharing, it's like that might not be for you.
Right. Well, yeah, in Jackson, like he told me he was doing around like 60 an hour. I mean, this was a year ago, so I don't know what he's doing now, but
Yeah, he's still not that high. He just found it just doesn't work. It didn't work for him.
Yeah.
And he
I'm
still felt strong. Didn't have GI issues when he was still. I think he does like 80 per hour, and he's pretty low sodium. He tested the sodium with the precision hydration sensor thing.
Yeah.
What was that called? What did Andy Blow call that?
Oh, I forgot.
Oh yeah, that little
Sweat test. But they use it for testing. What is the disease? Not diabetes. I can't remember what they used to test for. Some kind of disease. It's a medical piece of equipment.
Go back, listen to Seth's podcast.
Yes.
With Andy Blow. Anyways, yeah. So we all tested with that little sensor on the forearm. It makes you sweat, and then you can get your sodium loss per hour per liter.
Well, yeah. It like does a conversion.
Yeah. And then what I started doing in Cozumel, I started a spreadsheet, and then I have a scale, and now I'm dialing in how much I'm sweating, like fluid loss per hour. And then when you have those two numbers together, you have a good idea of like obviously sodium, what your sodium intake needs to be.
That was huge game changer for me. It's like finally doing that and like really being methodical. And also I think the big thing that really made a difference for me is because I already started to realize like, oh, I need to be more specific about sodium, but you don't want to over dilute or under dilute that sodium. Like if you just take the sodium and you're not taking in the right amount of fluids, then you can be either hypo or hypernatremic, and then you can be just as bad of shape, and then you can't absorb any level of carbohydrates because your body's in such a disarray.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people die and they start peeing blood. So,
yeah, that's a bit scary. I am a bit nervous, but also like excited about diving even more into that, because I think the longer you go, like now that I'm going to do an Ironman, you don't have as much room for error because it's an 8-hour, 9-hour day, 7.5, whatever. Hopefully that'd be cool if it's 7.5 to 9-10 hour day.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot can go wrong. So I'm kind of excited about like diving in even more into the data, I guess, the little things.
Yeah, you're gonna probably start really hitting your Ironman block. What you're doing class?
Well, I already kind of do quite a lot of volume, so it won't be that much different. It'll just be shifted around to a little bit longer on the long ride and a bit longer on the long run. Definitely the run. That's where I'll need to adjust the most, is the run.
You think your longest run will end up being what, 19, 20?
Yeah, probably about that. 20, maybe 21. We'll see. It makes me nervous, but that's just me and my past injuries.
For sure.
I don't think we missed any other questions.
Yeah.
We've been going for about an hour, and it was a good one, I thought. It's always nice having Lisa on.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. We'll have to do it again.
It would have been funny having Matt on and just three of us with our stashes.
Yep. I'll text him after. Oh, I should text him now. Oh, I'll text him next week.
Yeah.
And see if we can get him to come on. That'd be fun.
I'll still have mine next week.
Okay, perfect.
Hopefully.
7, what is a week? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, yeah, and the next one after that, I'll probably be out there with you, so then we'll have to do one in person.
All right, Seth. Thank you. Got to get you an
Good seeing you.
RKS sweatshirt.
Yeah, do you have sweatshirt?
No, I'll get to Mark the Shark sweatshirt, though.
That's right.
It's on it.
Yes, send me the logo.
Yeah, I will.
All right.
All right.
Dog. See ya. Bye.
All right, that was the conversation that we had on Instagram. If you like this form of the content, let me know, and I'll probably put a little bit more effort into it, making the visual element of it maybe be a little bit better, although I don't know how much control I would have because it's on Instagram. But if you do like this type of a content piece, if you would comment that or review that in whatever podcast platform you're at, I guess I'll put this on YouTube as well. You can comment there if you find this interesting, like it, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Let me know. But yeah, that was Roulette Live. All right. We'll see you guys in the next regular podcast coming up on Monday.